Hello guys, today I'd like to talk about the Sakura spinner, which is what I have here. But before I do that, first of all I'd like to say a huge big thumbs up and a great thank you to one of my viewers, and he's also a friend on Facebook who's in the States, and he's actually sent me one of his own spinners here for me to review on my channel. So yeah, big thumbs up. Thanks, Wannes. I hope I've pronounced your name properly. So he sent me this Sakura spinner to review today, and hopefully I'll do it justice. I've had this for a couple of weeks now, and I've been holding fire on actually doing the review until I've had a good play around with it so that I can give you my honest thoughts. So the Sakura spinner is made by a German company and a chap there called Peter Düring. The name of the company is Gold and Messerschmied.de, but I'll put a link to the website in the description because I've probably totally slaughtered the pronunciation of both his name and the company's name. Sorry about that, Peter. But as I say, it's made by this German company and by Peter Düring. It comes in two sizes, the small and the large. This one here is the small, and it measures approximately 58 millimeters in diameter. And just to give you a bit of a size comparison, here's a Mokutai Stubby, which is also a bar spinner, which is made by Rotorblade, and this measures about 50 millimeters across. So you can see the Sakura's quite a bit bigger, but it's not a large spinner by any sense of the word. It fits comfortably in the hand and is easy to spin. When you look at the website, when you're considering purchasing one, you'll see that there's lots of different combinations available in both the body material and also the material of the weights, and also in the finishing of the weights and the body itself as well. So that gives you a vast number of different combinations and price points as well. So there should be something in there for everyone, really. So this one has a brass body which has been satin finished, and it has copper weights which have been bead blasted. So there's a multitude, as I say, of different combinations that you can go for. The grips themselves are fabulous. They're really deeply dished or concaved, which gives a really nice grip when spinning. It's easy to hold the spinner, even one-fingered. The other thing about the grips, while I'm on there, is they've got this lovely goat's head motif that's been laser etched onto them, and yeah, it's just another nice feature really of the design. These are quite limited in quantity, so there's not many of the spinners out there, either in the small or the large version, and they're all numbered with a serial number on the side. So what's it like to spin? Well, I have to say, I've been pleasantly surprised. I would have thought with this fabulous design, I mean the looks, you know, the aesthetics are fantastic, it looks wonderful. But before I actually held one, I did think that because of the angles, the lots of sharp angles and edges, that there'd be lots of hot spots when spinning, and then that it could be quite uncomfortable to spin. But I've actually found, because all these edges are chamfered and smoothed off and curved, that when spinning, I've not found any issues at all with hotspots. You know, flicking with any finger really. When flicking forwards, I suppose if you flick backwards, you could maybe catch these hotspots here in the centre, where these edges, although again they are rounded off, they could be a little bit uncomfortable. But to be honest, you know, I don't really find that. And the other thing is, I always tend to actually flick forwards, and find that a lot more comfortable to do and easier. So for me, I have no issues at all with spinning this. It's really smooth, really comfortable, easy to hold. You get long spin times, relatively, sort of three minutes, and yeah, no issues with hotspots at all. I suppose the other thing that worried me was, because of the modular design, these weights are made so that you can unscrew them and add different weights onto the body itself, so you can play around with it, and it's a modular design. But what worried me about that was that when changing weights, or even with the weights themselves being modular, that there may be issues with the balance of the spinner itself. But from what I've found, these are made to such a high precision. The manufacturing must be to very tight tolerances for all the parts, because I've not found any issues with the balance at all either. So the bearing in this is an R188 bearing. It's a caged ceramic hybrid bearing with 8 ball bearings in there, and there's nothing bad to be said about it really. I mean, it's given me great spins, smooth spins, pretty decent spin times as well if you're looking for a long spinner, and also it's relatively quiet. So yeah, there's really no issues with it. I understand in the latest order that's going out, the latest batch of these, there's going to be an upgraded bearing to the 10 ball bearings inside. But to be honest, I can't see it being much different to this as it is. It's a really good bearing. So overall then, it's a great spinner, and it's available at really good prices. To be honest, I don't think you can go wrong with one of these, whichever version you go for, whether it's the small or the large. Personally, I prefer the small. I think the size for me, with relatively sort of medium-sized hands, fits perfectly. Those with a larger hand may prefer the larger spinner. I'm sure they're made to equally exacting standards, so I'm sure the large will be just as good as the small. So yeah, I think really it's a great spinner, and in fact I liked it so much I've actually gone out and bought my own. So hopefully that will arrive in a few weeks' time. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Please also consider subscribing, and I'll be doing more videos soon, so keep an eye out for those. Thanks a lot.